In 1969, John Fogerty saw a bad moon on the rise. Though music from the late 60s has the reputation of being made by happy, hedonistic hooligans, songs such as Buffalo Springfield's For What It's Worth, King Crimson's 21st Century Schizoid Man, Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit, and of course Jimi Hendrix's national anthem, expose the grim underbelly of those a-changin' times. Not to mention the countless songs predicting nuclear annihilation, which may include Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival. The song was released in 1969, and as writer John Fogerty put it, the times seemed to be in turmoil. Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy had been assassinated. I knew it was a tumultuous time. This song only peaked at number 2 in America, but had a huge cultural influence. It's been covered by a million bajillion other artists, used in soundtracks for heaps of movies, and is even used as a soccer chant in Argentina, apparently. In 1969, the members of Sonic Youth were in their formative teenage years, and no doubt would have agreed with the forecast of bad weather to come. This album is their tribute to the music that cut to the core of American culture and mocked its very foundations. It opens with the aptly named Intro, which is the song I use for the intros of these videos. This song sounds like a sunrise. The arpeggios unfold with possibilities like the music in a productivity montage in a movie, and the stringy slide hits are like radical new ideas hitting you right between the eyes. As much as I like this song though, it probably could have been an intro to the next song, Brave Men Run. Given this album only has 8 tracks, my theory is that it once was part of Brave Men Run, but the label wanted to have an even track list on both sides of the record, so asked Sonic Youth for another song. Ever the punks, they just cut off the first half of Brave Men Run's intro and left the rest unchanged. That's how I like to imagine it anyway. I mean, Brave Men Run's intro is immense as it is. The huge guitar tones crash like waves, throwing you in all directions before landing in Kim Gordon's haunting vocals. The band got the title of the song from an Ed Ruscha painting, and Ed Ruscha got the line from the 1948 movie Paleface, in which the speaker flees from Native Americans immediately after uttering it. Ultimately, the film, the painting, and the song point satirically at the American idea that their ancestors were exceptionally brave frontier settlers and destined by God to control all of North America. In the lines, "Brave men run, in my family. Brave men run, into the setting sun. Brave men run, into captivity." The bravery is reclaimed from the settlers and applied to the Native Americans, who were consistently pushed westwards into the setting sun and eventually onto reservations. Society as a whole, what more do I have to say? This is the song we all wrote when we were 13. This song depicts the dreadful realization that your well-being is based on the suffering of others. Society as a whole, it makes me lie to my friends. It's running down the street in white power sneakers on the beautiful beat of Black Feet. The lie is the same falsehood from the first album, the belief that morality and justice can be written into law. This is the same law that is manipulated by those in power to target racial and cultural minorities, the homeless, and the poor. This song and the next one almost share a bass line, creating the effect of a 13-minute noise guitar behemoth. The songs are split by a section sampled from Not Right by the Stooges, though it's been distorted to make it sound like Iggy Pop is being possessed by some kind of jackal demon. Though admittedly, for Iggy that's not a stretch. I Love Her All the Time is the second half of this noise behemoth. With a slightly higher tempo, slightly heavier instrumentation, but completely different lyrics, this song sounds like a tangent from the last song, born out of the desire to be distracted from the picture it paints of the world. As a teenager, I imagined the subject of this song to be Kim Gordon, but now that I think about it, maybe it's drugs? I mean, she comes into my mind, twisting through my nerves. I don't understand a word she says. It seems like drugs, but that's also the way I perceived girls at the time. After the sickly sweet lyrics, this song goes the fuck off, with a guitar break that still blows my mind every time I hear it. It sounds like all the thoughts that run through your head when you meet someone amazing, all the various possible futures you're promising you won't get too attached to, all the hypothetical conversations you poorly attempt to imitate, and all the very impressive assumptions you make about their lifestyle and worldview. The song slowly returns to the lyrical section, and after another chorus, it spends over a minute fading away into nothing. Then Ghost Bitch spends over 2 minutes building that nothing back up into a mess of foghorns and feedback, propelled forward by a tribal drum beat. The lyrics tell a story of a Native American person who has a prophetic dream about the arrival and invasion of Europeans. The song uses various modern American ideas but applies them from the perspective of the Native American. I'm just going to read the whole second verse because this song speaks for itself. I had no belief before, until I had this dream last night. I still remember their savage cries, so serious in their right. Faces painted joyous pride. in the dawn's early light. Oh say, did you see the color of eternity, and the sweat on my skin our founding fathers laid right down, an Indian ghost from long ago, they gave birth to my bastard kin. America it is called, a sensation of eternity. I'm Insane is a stream of consciousness set to a drum machine, yet the stream is just as tight as the beat. The lyrics are mostly written in couplets and mix three topics, love, crime, and geography, in a big old cauldron of Americanism. Both the lurid lyrics and the bristling noise walls stir vivid images of a brainwashed American youth, ready to buy into whatever ideology is thrown at them. The chorus seems to be, inside my head, my dog's a bear. She's significant, I'm insane. I'll let you make of that what you will. Now you might be thinking, justice is might? You mean a society's success comes from its ability to distribute justice? I didn't understand at first either, but the might in this sentence refers to personal power, like in the phrase, might makes right. So the song is saying that our idea of justice is only an extension of personal power, masked as a belief in moral fairness. I know it's wrong, but that's alright. As long as it's strong, it's just that it's mine. If you listen closely to the improvised spoken verse at the beginning, Sonic Youth are clearly taking the piss. Justice is might. Okay, it's about Sonic life. It's about Sonic life. It's about Sonic life. That's right. You have a genius and a sex maniac living together, taking lots of drugs and fucking all day. What I'm saying is they had a lot of fun making this song. The last song on the album, Death Valley 69, is a Manson family orgy of death and mayhem. A rockin' and rollin' ride that takes us from sex to death to sand. Lydia Lunch, prominent no-wave artist and agony enthusiast, helped write the lyrics and wailed the thinly veiled lines in dissonant harmony with Thurston. We're deep in the valley, how deep in the gully, and now in the canyon being Topanga Canyon, right next to the Manson family's famous hideout, Spahn Movie Ranch. The song also mentions Sadie, the nickname of a family member, Susan Atkins. The whole song is built in double entendres. Death Valley is death, but also California. 69 is the year of the Tate murders, but also sex. The back of a Chevy is a place for sex, but also somewhere to hide a body, and so on and so forth in Lunchian fashion. So that's Bad Moon Rising, the second of Sonic Youth's 5 youthful albums. The next one is Evil, an introspective masterpiece, and a mainstay of the required listening of any alternative guitar aficionado. And I'm not writing about the bonus tracks because they're not worth writing about. Don't at me. Bye!